Ugh. Someone stole my rifle, man. Fucking stole my rifle. They fucking took my twins' phone. Took my Dremel.
God damn, man. Well,
Left everything else in the house. Like, come on, man. I got a suspicion of who it was.
where you living at now, dude? Like, where's like your brother got a house, right? It was your brother that got a house, right?
No, it was me.
Or is it you?
Yeah, twins going to jail. I mean, to prison. He's going to prison. Yeah, Mountain View. That's where it's at. That's where I'm at now.
Really?
Yeah.
Where's your house at?
It's right on the side of the highway,
Like what town?
Mountain View. Well, it's not in Mountain View.
Dang.
It's like on the state highway, 115.
How'd you get hooked up with that? Like, did you just like, is it like Indian Home or?
It could be Indian Home. It faces north to south. I mean, east and west.
Is it faces east to west? I know, right?
I got these teepee poles I'm setting up right now in the yard.
I seen those pictures.
Yeah, I'm almost done with it, but it's not fully done. I just need a canvas. If I get that canvas, man, the reason why I'm trying to get it up this month too, because I didn't pay on none of my bills, so I plan on going without. So I just want to have that TP kind of up, But I ain't got like three
Pull that
people
thing
to help
closer.
me. I ain't got like three people in there that fucking help me put it up and stuff, man. I tried it. I can't do it, man. I dropped the pole and broke it.
Dude, I wouldn't mind coming and helping you.
I need a canvas. I get that canvas. I think I'm trying to make it like a 25-foot TP.
Man, it's been a long time since I freaking got to help put up a teepee.
Damn
Ever since I was like a little kid.
it. Yeah, like I was setting that thing up. This dude was all like, "Hey man, I got these poles." I'm like, "All right, what's up?" He's like, "You know how to do this?" And I'm like, "Yeah, but when I tell you how to do this, don't get mad at me when I make you step back over them poles when you step over them."
Yeah, I know,
I
right?
was like, I'm not getting onto you being strict. I was like, this is just a Cheyenne way.
Yeah.
So whenever they're out there and we're doing that, man, I gotta kind of remind myself also to stay in good moods. Yeah.
Yeah, stay in good spirits.
Yeah, good spirits.
Because it's like, it really matters, man.
Like every time I start a fire, man, the fucking farmers and shit come along and I'm like, "Hey man, you got a fire?" I'm like, "Shit, mind your own business." Yeah. I'm trying to put out my fires and shit. I'm like, "God dang, what the hell?" Then I got a dog.
All right.
I got this pit bull that got dropped off, and I guess she was pregnant. She had her puppies. I don't know where at. I think she ate them. Yeah. Because it was cold outside. I'm like, man, trying to take her inside, but the old lady was like, "No, keep that bitch outside," because she almost bit me. I was like, "Well, man, you can't blame that on the dog, man. The dog didn't know if he was playing or what. He seen you attack me and fucking, what do you think he's gonna jump?" Yeah.
His job.
Yeah. So, because those things are fucking bred to kill anyway. I mean, that's their job. Fucking destruction.
Who are the dogs?
Pit bulls, they're bred for that.
No, they're good dogs,
They're
man.
bred for one purpose only, and that's fucking kill. Yeah.
I think they're good dogs, man.
I mean, you can get some that are good dogs. Like, they got to be mixed with the full blood, though.
Yeah, dude. I think that pit bulls are real good dogs. Like, in all honesty, I think that pit bulls are like one of the like best dogs out there. Like the smartest. They listen the best, and they listen. And they're smart.
The dog was my brother. Yeah. No.
Dog. So, hey, tell me about like your time over there. Like where were you? What branch of the military you were in, and like
Okay.
all that good information. Like what you did, like how all that worked, how all that went about.
Well, it went about, let me think. I think I was like 16 at the time. And I wanted to, I was done with school. I dropped out of high school, middle school, whatever. I didn't want to go to school because I felt like everything they was teaching me wasn't no good and it was wrong. And I dropped out. So whenever I dropped out, I fucking got my GED. My GED came in when I was 17. So when I got my GED, my father took me straight to the recruiting office. Let me see, the Army. Well, the National Guards were trying to get me, but I was like, nah. Then I went to the Marines, and they're like, you got to have a, what's that called, a diploma. and score a certain amount on your test. So I was
On your
like,
SATs
yeah.
and whatnot.
So I went next door to the army, and I was like, shit. They're like, all right, we'll take you. I barely even got in then
You
because
tried to get in. You tried to get into what first?
the Marines.
Oh yeah. Oh.
Yeah, but they had some few locked doors in front of me that the army didn't have. So
Yeah, it's a
So-
little bit more tough to get into to certain other branches because they all have their own criteria and whatnot that you got to get that.
yeah, but when I joined up, man, they were trying to get me in at a certain time because they were fixing to pass a law, like where you had to score certain points with the GED, or else you couldn't get in. And like I was like 1 point off, and I think I like scored a 49, and this cutoff was like 50. So that dude was all like, after I did my physicals and all that, he's like, man, you can't join. I was like, what? He's like, yeah. He's like, you got a 49 on your fucking test thingy. And they passed that law just a couple hours ago, so it's like, you can't get in. I'm like, what, motherfucker? You know, shit. So I'm like, my heart just stopped, and I almost start crying. But he's all like, how bad you want this? I was like, shit, pretty bad. He's like, all right, I'm going to go around here. I'm going to go talk to these higher-ups. So I'll be back in about 15 minutes, man. He came back like 3 hours later.
God dang.
Yeah. Talk about,
You waited
well,
there the whole time?
yeah, I waited there, just sat there the whole time, and he's all like, well, they want you. He's like, but you ain't going to get no sign-on bonuses or nothing. He's like, you just go straight up. And I'm like, damn, and I was 17 at the time, too, so I wasn't even an adult.
You had to wait. Did you have to wait till you're 18?
No, that they let me go. My father signed a waiver, and they fucking shipped me out like the next day. Would have been that same day, but when we went to go get on our flights, they overbooked it. So like, there was a whole group of us that had to turn back around and stay another day. It was in January. No, not January. July. I think like July 16th.
Yeah, man. Times and
2008.
dates, dude.
2008. Yeah, it was that's when I joined up. Went to what's that called? Basic training in South Carolina. That was easy. All that stuff's easy, man. They say in those fucking armed services that one's easier than the other. Man, they all do the same stuff, you know. It's just a different branch.
Yeah, it's
Some
just,
more laid back, some are more whore.
yeah. Some have their own like their own criteria and shit. Like I really don't know what questions to ask until I hear you talk about it, and then like the questions like will arise. Because I remember I used to always talk to my cousin William about because he was in the Marines. Well, whenever he was in the Marines, he said that he would like train Navy SEALs and shit, and like fucking. He said that he was like a frog man, because he would be like training Navy SEALs like in the water. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, like
That's
he
some
would
hardcore
tell
shit,
me
yeah.
he would tell me all kinds of stories, man.
Yeah, freaking. But when I joined up, man, I was going through a little rough patch in my younger days. I was getting arrested like every other weekend and stuff, so I was like, man, this shit's gonna keep me out of trouble. But I didn't join up for the fucking to fight or whatever. I said that shit for the white boys. Yeah, I'll support them, you know. So I wanted to be a chef, so that's what my job was in the military, was a cook, which is like the hardest job. Thought it was gonna be the easiest, but now that's like the fucking hardest one out of all the shit.
You have a bunch of stuff you had to do
Yeah, you gotta be up like
for everyone else.
yeah before everyone else, and then maybe get like 2 hours of sleep, maybe 20 hours of sleep in the whole week, if that, or a whole month. I tried not drinking, but yeah, I turned into a bigger drunk. Joining the military.
Are they doing that in there?
Yeah. Well, I was underage, so I was like trying not to get caught most of the time. But I did get caught up, but they didn't. They took me in front of the higher ups, and they were like, "Man, if we find out that you signed that piece of paper and you had that safety briefing, then we're gonna take your rank, gonna take your pay, and kick your ass out." I was like, "Fuck."
What was your rank?
Mine. But when I got out, I got demoted. But shit, right before that, I was specialist. I got them, man. They demoted me all the way down, and yeah, it's some good shit. You know, I want to do it again. I mean, I try to stop myself from doing what I did, but yeah, I just beat up my woman. That was
Because you were young, man. Like
No, it's not
you were
around.
still like fucking like trying to get all that angst out, like all that teenage angst and whatnot? Like,
Well, man, it was crazy because I re-enlisted when I was in Afghanistan. I think that was like 2011. Yeah, we deployed 2010. It's probably like 2.5 years after I did join the military. My AIT was in Virginia. That was all right. But my station was at Fort Polk, Louisiana, middle of nowhere. It's fucking hot as fuck. I had to wait around about over at that for about 2 years before we did deploy. And then when we did deploy, we was I think like the second flight that went out. And whenever we landed in Maine, the pilot did like a fucking he did a combat land. All right, he did a combat land. So whenever he landed, it fucking broke them wheels on that airplane.
yeah,
So everybody that we were supposed to go there before, they all ended up passing us, and they got there way before we did. So we was like at the airport for like almost a week and a half before we got to even go
Yeah.
to Afghanistan. After we were supposed to be the first ones out there.
yeah.
Yeah, so that kind of sucked, and it was all good.
Where were you at? Where were you landing? Like, where were you at this point?
Shoot, at this point we was in Maine, and then after they fixed their airplane, we got on and we went to like, I'm not sure what kind of country is it. They were all poor countries, man. You could tell that they were poor and stuff. I think it was like Slovakia or some shit. I know one was Germany.
What it look like over there, man?
Over there, man. Well, in Afghanistan, there's nothing but mountains. You know, mountainous people, man. They got good ways and stuff, but. Yeah.
Did you get to talk to any of the people there,
Yeah.
or see any of the people, or
Yeah, I was in charge
how they were
of-
living, like how their economy was set up and whatnot, like any stuff like that?
Well, their economy, they're like 20 years behind us, and they're still driving fucking using cassette tapes and stuff, and they're and everything.
Really?
Yeah, they're like 2-3 generations behind everybody, and it's pretty much they're poor, pretty much
Yeah.
poor people. Yeah,
Third world countries
you know,
or whatever they call them.
and like, yeah, disease. They got diseases, and like whenever the conquerors conquered, man, they conquered all those freaking territories over there. Whoever was conquering, and the conqueror went. Slept with all
Which
their
would've
women. Yeah, all their women slept with all their women. So all of
Who
them
would
was
have
like brothers.
who would have been the tyrant over there that was conquering all this stuff? What would that have been
I
at the
think-
time? Like, would that have
Well,
been
back in their
not-
times, it was Genghis Khan, I think, or the Persians. The Persians, they conquered them, and then
They were still the ones who were fucking in power over there.
pretty much because the language they speak is like Persian, Dari or something like that. It's like
Some
way
kind of
different.
some kind of Persian dialect.
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird. But they all have. You can tell because their last names. They'd be like, or you know,
Yeah.
it'd be like different last names. Someone had the same last name, and that's like, oh, because that conqueror, he went and had babies by all these women. You know, they
Yeah.
had none of his troops go. It was just a conqueror doing it. So he's gonna put out his seat out.
Yeah, he's gonna put his people out there. He's gonna put his people in the places that he needs them, then in places that suit him best.
Yeah. But anyways, those conquerors, they always get killed in the end or whatever.
And then what happened to Saddam Hussein?
Saddam Hussein, I think, well, they found his ass in a hole. I was over there when we got Osama bin Laden, and
Yeah, Osama bin Laden. That's who I was talking. That's who I was.
there was a lot of shit that was covered up too. And whenever I was over there, like they blew up our oil fucking not our oil, our gas refinery was pretty much on post, and yeah, some of the shit there hit the air like it was supposed to, and like a lot of people died because that helicopter got shot down and it fucking.
Did you see that?
I didn't see it. I just had to deal with the bodies that whenever they brought them in and shit. Yeah, they fucking stink. They stink, man. That nothing about that death is anything good because you go around it, you got all that smell and whatever, and it just sticks to you, and you got to throw everything away that you wore. You wash it all you want, but it's still gonna stink. It smell like the dead bodies and rotten flesh and shit.
Dang, man, that's fucking intense, dude.
Yeah.
How did you feel about all that, dude? Just seeing that, like, were you like taking it all in, or were you just kind of like blocking it out and just kind of like doing what you had to do, or did you just kind of like
That just
just
helped.
be professional about it and you just kind of did what you were there to do and
I just-
what you were ordered to do and
get their dog tags and identifications, put it in a bag, and that's about it, man. Fucking some shit. There was no bodies there. There was just
Dog tags,
like mangled bodies and shit, like nothing, man.
beyond recognition.
Yeah, it was like, dang, who the fuck is this?
Yeah, man. All you had to go by is their dog tags.
Yeah, so they had to clean out all their goddamn mortuary affairs, bodies and shit, because they come up with like, whenever they shot down that helicopter, it was on that fob, and it fucking hit another helicopter and it blew up, and blew up their gas. Yeah, it blew up their gas and fucking blew it up, you know. So there was like not only U.S. troops that died, there was Canadian troops that died, Afghani troops that died, and fucking Czech troops. They were all like in the same compound together.
Yeah.
NATO, a bunch of NATO soldiers.
NATO is like the what does NATO stand for? National, or like
United.
NATO is like, yeah, it's the United Nations, right?
Yeah, United Nations. Well, yeah, when I was over there, man, fucking, I was in charge of like maybe 75 workers. I don't know, they switched up on me because they said that they didn't trust me in these positions that I held, even though that's some bullshit. Because, man, in the military, man, there's a lot of fucking racism. There's a lot of racism.
I bet.
It's not only out there in the world, it's also in the ranks. A lot of sexual fucking abuse, sexual assault, you know, that.
It just goes on. So it's almost kind of like lawless. It's all like natural law out there, isn't it?
Yeah, and like, man, like they don't get in trouble, you know.
Yeah, because it's all natural law. Because it's like, it's not common law, like, you know, the law of the land. Because it's like, you're over there, you know, on behalf of your country or whatever, on behalf of whoever it is, you're like.
I know it was hot, man, because like, shit, but it was real cold too at night sometimes during winter. But man, it stayed pretty much cold at night, and it'd be like almost 120 degrees by like afternoon, and this is in the mountains. This is in the mountains. So like, I put on my full battle router to go get my peoples, and goddamn, I'm already drenched in sweat within like 30 minutes.
Yeah, how was the living arrangements over there?
Well,
like your living arrangements? Like,
well, we had a tent. We slept in tents, but on them tents they sprayed some kind of foam shit on it that made the outer shell hard and stuff. So I don't know, probably just like a regular tiny small room that was like maybe 4 feet by maybe 5 feet. You know, there's a little space, nothing much.
yeah,
Bed.
little living quarters.
Yeah, little living quarters. But I had my own room though the whole time. Thank God.
Yeah.
Yep.
Did you have like a door and whatnot that you could shut? Like,
Yeah,
did you like you actually had privacy and whatnot?
Yeah, I had a door. It was like a little old stink door, this little skinny one. Yeah, a small one. But yeah, it was all right over there. We stayed there a year. I think we left out October 30th. No, October 20th.
Where were you staying exactly? Like what town or?
It was a Bagram, or no, not Bagram. That's where we landed in Afghanistan. It was Bagram Air Force Base or airfield. From there, we caught like a small plane. Well, this was when I was coming back from R&R, but whenever we was landing, we landed in Fob Shank. I think it was over there by Kandahar or somewhere over there, Qatar or something, province. But it was.
They had provinces over there.
Yeah, it was just mountain ranges everywhere. It's like, man, that whole country is this town. It's the size of Custer County. But man, it's like so much. There's a bunch.
Dang, like so the town was like the size of the whole county.
Yeah,
so they have pretty big
whole
towns.
country
Then.
is the size of Custer County. You could fit inside of Afghanistan. Yeah.
Dang, so it was small.
Yeah.
Like compared to over here.
But it's big though over there. You know, it sounds small, but you get over there, it's like that. Goddamn, what the hell?
Well, it's like new territory, man. So it's like you got to navigate that. So it's gonna seem a lot bigger than it is, I imagine.
Well, shit, man, them local nationals, man, they was cool with me. I was cool with them. They'd always bring me stuff, and I had to look over it because I didn't know if one of them would poison whatever the heck.
Yeah, I had to you had to check that shit, man, because that was.
Well, I didn't. I trusted them, but because whenever I got there, man, I got there right, and we was chilling, And I seen them all workers, and I sat down there. I want to come up and be like, "Who are you?" And I'm like, "Shit, Bucket." Yeah, nah, I didn't say Bucket. I'm like Frazier. Anyways, this big old dude comes walking up. That's an Afghani. He's all like, sits down at the bench, puts his arm out, and he wants to arm wrestle. So I'm like, all right, cool. So I'm arm wrestling a local national Afghani, and I'm beating them. I'm beating every one of them.
Really?
Yeah, I'm beating them and fucking yeah. They keep getting mad and they start cheating and stuff, and I was like, nah, fuck that. Y'all gonna hurt me.
Right.
But while I was sitting there with them, I took my top off and my jacket to arm wrestle with them guys, and shit, they see my tattoos. And they all start touching my arms and shit, like, "Oh, god dang, Indian or Native American and shit." They're like, "Man, you good people. You good people. These guys, white man no good. That nigger black guy no good. Fucking Mexican no fucking good. You good. You good people, man. We love you."
That's
Yeah.
cool, man.
I was like, "Oh shit, hell yeah." You know,
We'll take care of you.
yeah. And they was cool, man. They was in the same kind of predicament. But yeah, I wouldn't wish nothing bad on them.
Cause it's like urban, like urban places like that are just like barely making it, dude. It's like I bet it's like a lot, like I don't know. I would imagine that it was a lot. It'd be a lot to take in. That it'd like take like a brief adjustment period. Like how was all that?
It's just quick. Yeah.
Did you think you were gonna be there for very long,
Well,
or did you know?
yeah. The deployments were like years, a year deployment before they changed it. Right before we went back home to garrison from the field, or out there in the field.
Where Garrison?
That's back home. Back home in garrison.
Back home here in the
Yeah,
States?
yeah. When we was downrange in Afghanistan, and then we got back home to the garrison. Oh man, it was long. Time went by slow, and it's like, dang man, we're here for a whole fucking year.
Did you ever see your brother out there?
No, man, it was like I think in the military, whenever I was joining up, they take us through these processes. Whenever we are soldiers and we got to get our uniforms and everything. Well, anyways, they was all telling people like, "Hey, who's this and who's that?" And people raised their hand and shit. And then it was all like, "All right, who's Native American?" And I think there was like maybe 3 of us that stood up. And that one drill sergeant asked that soldier. He said, "What tribe are you?" He said, "Cherokee." He said, "Bullshit, you're white. Sit your white ass back down." Hey, the other one, he's like, "What tribe are you?" He's like, "Chickasaw," or some shit like that. And he's like, "Bullshit, you're fucking white. Sit your fucking white ass back down." Hey, man, they come to me and they're like, he's like, "What are you?" I was like, "Cheyenne, Stistas." He's like, "Holy shit, we got a real one." Hey, man, they stopped and they're like, their drill sergeant was all like, "Hey, all y'all, give this man a round of applause or clap for this guy right here." You know, because out of all of them, I was the only one.
Yeah.
Like the only native. You know, you don't see natives in there that rarely.
Like real natives?
Yeah, real natives like Indians and shit, and like because they think we're dead and stuff, and yeah, it's kind of fucked up, man.
Really?
Yeah, I think in that whole platoon or battalion I was in, the platoon I was in and the battalion I was in, shit, there was only like, shit, probably like two Indians, if that.
Yeah.
Yeah, if that. And it fucking sucked.
What's a battalion? What's that?
It's like a whole regiment. Yeah, your battalion, company, platoon, squad. It's like a chain of command. Like,
It's like a hierarchy?
yeah, like hierarchy. Okay, you got your commander, and he'll be like, battalion. And all of them are like, I don't know, whatever sounds or cadences they got.
What's that?
Okay, it's like each battalion they got certain things they say, like depending on their MOSs and shit.
Yeah.
Like
And MOS is occupational specialties?
no, it's what is it? It's your job. I can't remember what it stands for. God dang. But yeah, the battalion is like all them companies and all them yeah, all them companies. That's what it is. All them companies, the battalion. Yeah, what HHC, Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, Delta, Fox.
Is that all for defense?
Yeah, support, defense. Yeah, it's just I know it's like a bunch of stuff. So it'd be a battalion, yeah, like a whole regiment. That'd be like 5, 6, 7, 800 soldiers. Yeah,
And they have all of y'all like living together, like staying together.
yeah, barracks. Or if you're married, you can stay off post or whatever, or get a house. But yeah, most of the time you'd be in a room. It'd be like a motel room, pretty much same kind of setup, but you'd have a roommate. And those really suck because man, when I got to Fort Polk, shit, I was underage, so I started drinking, and my roommate got scared, called the ambulance on me and shit. Instead of like trying to take care of me, fucking, I woke up in the hospital. I'm like, what the fuck? Took the IVs out of my arm. I was getting ready to leave, and they're like, nah, man, you can't go nowhere. And like when I was saying, like whenever I first got there, I got in trouble, and what was it? Master sergeant and a captain. They was in the spots of the other ones higher up than them. I think the colonels and the top. Man, and I didn't sign no fucking what's that called? Weekend safety briefing shit.
Yeah.
Because they didn't safety brief me. So that's how come I didn't get demoted or no Article 15 that when I first got there. But yeah, I was working every day. It was fun. Shit, I go back. I do it again.
Okay, so where were you at this point?
At this point, I'm a thing.
And then what were you what were you there doing?
Over at when I was back in Garrison, we just cooked, trained. But when I deployed, man, I didn't do none of that of my MOS of which I was trained for or qualified. They had me out there doing dispatch, charge of workers, mayor cell, which was I kept everything supplied. Make sure everybody had their water, their food, and pretty much took care of everything. You know,
Support.
Support. Make sure nobody went without. And yeah, we did a hella good job.
Did you feel like you were being pretty useful?
No, not
Like
really.
did you have that like type of fulfillment?
No, because then like when we got there, it was all right. You know, dodging them fucking mortars that they were shooting in at us, and
Damn, dude, that's treacherous.
like you never know where they're coming from. But if it's your time to go, it's your time to go. But yeah, it was different. It just became like used to it every day. You know, wasn't nothing. But yeah,
What was your favorite part about it?
my favorite part, I don't know, the money. I guess the money.
Like, were you making money while you were there still? Like, while you still
Yeah,
there?
I think.
Like, how was all that set up?
Well, everything they take out in taxes and shit, all these little fees and shit. Like if you would have a regular job, they don't take none of it. So you get a whole fucking paycheck, which would be about $6,000, whatever, depending on your rank, every 2 weeks.
Dang.
But me, man, I came back. I didn't have no fucking money because I spent it. I remember my old lady, my wife was pissed off too. She was all like, "Where's all that money at?" I was like, "What the fuck? That's my money, shit." Yeah. Yeah, it was all right, but like I wasn't in it. I wasn't in it for the money or nothing. I was just there to support. I say that shit for the mop boys, you know. Shit, they want to go to somebody else's land or whatever. Man, these are good people.
I know, right?
Yeah, I mean, I figured they are good people. Shit.
Like, did you ever once think that you would ever have to like, I don't know, like, be in any type of combat type of situations?
No, but you know there was because man, whenever I had these workers, like some of them wouldn't listen to shit. Some of the sergeants and them would go in the tent doing shit we ain't supposed to be doing. You know, making us pretty much look bad as soldiers for even doing the hell shit that
Shit
They
that you
made
were there
me
to
the
do.
shit that they made me do, you know,
Yeah.
because they're sergeants, man, and you can't disobey the sergeant. So the sergeant says, "Hey, y'all two fight." You going in there with that fucking local national and y'all's fighting, you know, fucking
Yeah.
yeah, and you better not lose either. Yeah, you better not lose, man. Fucking yeah, I was fucked up because then you be there beating one of them up and shit, and like one of them would try to get mad, jump up. By that time, the fucking sergeants would be like, "What motherfucker? Fucking lock and load. Get your fucking ass back down." And like that, man, it was abusive, man. It was fucked up. It was real fucked up. Yeah, but I couldn't stop laughing. Shit. Yeah, it's messed up. But man, all them local nationals or whatever, they like to hold hands. So you see like a group of like 5 men holding hands and shit. I was like, damn.
What would they be doing? Like praying?
No, just swinging arms. Yeah,
What
like
the
swinging dicks.
hell?
Yeah, it was weird.
That is weird.
Yeah.
So like, so then where'd you go after that?
After that,
Like, give me like the rundown of like your whole entire trip, your whole entire involvement, and
well, in involvement, man, we caught some. I caught about maybe 3 or 4 Al Qaeda's. How that was, man, I was always watching these certain fews. They'd get their pencil and paper out, fucking write it on a piece of paper, and that's how come they was tracking shit, or they be counting steps. So when they go back after their job is done, they go back to their house, to their village or whatever, and meet in with them terrorists, and shit, next thing you know, they be like dropping them fucking mortars in closer on us. And it's like, damn. Some get away, some wouldn't. Never see them again. Well, I was over there, man. I enlisted for like another 5 more years.
what do you think they were writing down?
Oh, they was writing a bunch of stuff down. The steps, pretty much steps. You know, counting steps, this way, that way, or writing people's names down, like or writing a person's name down and putting it right there. And what they're gonna do, they're gonna send intel back to their families, and who if their family lives in America or some shit, you know, and they're down with their cause and shit, they're gonna fucking go to that motherfucker's family and fucking fuck them up, or you ain't never gonna see them again.
Like if they if it was somebody that like deserved it, like somebody that wasn't like following orders or something, or was it like
No, they're just terroristic.
or was it on the terrorists,
They're just
the quote unquote terrorists?
yeah, quote unquote, yeah. But man, when I was there, man, shoot, it was all right. I just I re-enlisted for 5 more years. I got selected because I was going to selections.
How old were you at this point?
At this point, I'm 19. No, I'm 20. Yeah, I'm 20 because I joined up when I was 17 and got out when I was 21. And damn, they never got to vote for the president.
Which was at that time? What election was going on at that time?
I believe it was Obama.
Obama.
Yeah, it was Obama. And then like Donald Trump.
And Obama, dude, Donald Trump was actually like, I don't know, like he shook things up, man. Like, see, a lot of people don't like Donald Trump, but it's like he was an outsider, dude, and he like came in there and won the election, man. Like, if you think about it like that, dude.
I remember whenever he said he was gonna run for election, I was sitting there watching TV, and I was like, hell yeah, he's gonna get it too. Sure enough.
Yeah.
They probably get it this year too.
Dude, the election this year is gonna be nuts, man. Like with all the shit that's been happening, like fucking Epstein and Epstein Island and all that fucking shit.
Isn't it? Shoot, what you call it? Yeah, there's a lot of downtime too over there. A lot of downtime. Yeah. I really didn't feel like I made a cause or had an effect to anything that we did out there, but I'm pretty sure we did. I just didn't get no reward where I was supposed to get a reward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what kind of other ranks were in your platoon?
Just ranks, just let me think. Rank. First, second, and third. No, fourth. No. It was I was in a HHC. That's headquarters. I was in Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, Delta, Echo, Fox.
Yeah.
I was in none of those. I was in the higher ups. So I was with the higher ups, like colonels, captains, lieutenants, master sergeants, staff sergeants, master sergeants, all that stuff.
Is that like all standard?
Shit, those are the ones that are in charge of everything.
Yeah.
You know.
Is that all standard like protocol like across the board? Like is
Yeah. Yeah. But man, fucking. Yeah, I don't know, man. It was weird. I'd always go over there to the Afghani compound and see what they was doing because I don't know, something spiritually would tell me to like, hey man, go check these guys out. You know, go chill with them. So I'd go over there, chill with them, and bring an interpreter with me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I had an interpreter with me, interpreting everything I say. Sometimes I'd get foul with it, and I'd be like, write down a piece of paper. I'm so fucking retarded, and I'd be like, hey man, read this out loud. You'll learn English more better, and you learn this right here, and you can learn anything. Yeah. So they'd be over there reading that I'm so fucking retarded out loud and shit. And I'm like, oh, you're getting good at it. Shit, yeah. Yeah, it's kind of messed up. Sick sense of humor.
Sadistic sense of humor.
Yeah.
But that's funny though.
Yeah.
I mean, it would teach them how to to speak English like that would.
And I'm like, what is this? I don't understand. I was in there laughing, man. The other soldiers like, man, quit fucking doing that to them. Fucking Fraser shit. Leave them fucking alone. Yeah, like, I was like, well, fucking, yeah, interpreter, tell my interpreter, hey, man, you got any daughters or anything? And they'll be like, yeah, I got 20. I'm like, shit. Hey, tell one of your daughters that she come to America and she clean my house and stuff. I'll make her American. So that's all she got to do. And they're like, man, I guess that's an insult to them guys. And man, they be getting fucking pissed off and shit. Yeah, man.
Yeah, man, because the whole culture, dude, it's different over there, man. Like the shit that they value and their morals and shit. Like the culture is just different over there. I bet, like just with them people, like
Yeah. I mean, there's good people, but they're poor. The poor and the government ain't trying to help them out. Nothing.
yeah, it's all like, what are they like, communist parties?
I think not so much communist, but dictator,
Like socialist, like authoritarian,
like Muslim Christians or Christian Muslims, whatever.
Christian Protestants. No,
Yeah,
that's Christian
They
Protestants
believe in
over
what
here.
they really believe in. What they believe in.
In the book.
Yeah, in that book. And shit, I'll be over there, be like, yo, I'm Native American. Watch me do this, and they be like, ooh, how you do that? No good. You fucking shaman, dirty shaman. Yeah, nah.
Dirty Sean. Is that what they used to call you?
Yeah, no good. Oh shit. Fuck you.
What would you show them? What would you show them?
Just anything. Like some stuff would be weird. Like some shit would just happen naturally. Like I can't explain it. It's just magical. You know.
Magic.
Yeah, it's magic. Like I don't know how that shit happened. It's like whenever I was in prison. Shoot. Like I guess some people are just. That shit just comes with them naturally. I guess it follows them and stuff. But when I was there in Afghanistan though, this time, I'm gonna pick up my workers one morning with my sergeant, and like there ain't nobody there. And I see this little tiny black dot, man. It's just sitting there, like a piece of dot on a paper, black one. I'm over there squinting at this fucking thing. I'm like, what the fuck is that? Anyways, when it fucking stands up, it's just, I guess it's their kind of medicine man or whatever. Their witches, their dude or whatever. This motherfucker stood up and he was like 9 feet tall, man. He was a fucking giant.
What?
Yeah, he was probably like maybe 50 yards away from me. But it seemed like whenever he stood up, like I teleported, warped to where he was at, and he got up real slow with his arm covering his face at eye level, and he stood up, and his face was all like witchy, like pale. His eyes were all white with the tiny dot in the middle of black, and he dressed in all black, and that thing stood up for about 9 feet around there. And then he moved his arm away from his face, and his teeth were all fucked up, like looking and shit. And man, my sergeant said he didn't see that dude. I'm like, he's right there. But I had my medicine bag and stuff on me that I got, because I got painted and stuff before I left.
Yeah.
to war and everything, to Cheyenne way and everything.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, that motherfucker was transfixing, just had his eyesight on me. Well, anyways, I'm picking up my workers, and all my workers, they fucking see it, and they're all pointing over there. No good, no good, no good. Everyone that was walking by and that I was letting in, man, it was pointing at that motherfucking that witch doctor, whatever the heck it was, but it was looking at me, staring straight at me, like I'm coming to get you. And when he moved his face or his arm in front of his face, all you see is his teeth, and it's like, I don't know, it kind of made me feel weary, eerie.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, man, how come our sergeants and these motherfuckers don't see it, but you know these other guys can see it too with me.
Yeah.
And they keep pointing, no good, you good, you good, he no good, shit like that. I'm like, damn it. Yeah, so
that would be a little fucking like put you like a little bit on edge, like just don't even really know what to think, because it's like just like the unknown factor. It's kind of like, you know, your mind will kind of go like wherever with it, like won't even know where to go with it. Like
it was crazy. I think that right there, that's what probably been following me around since I got back from Afghanistan, and probably stirred behind all my troubles or whatever. I just know that there was only a few of us that seen it, you know, and fucking later on that night when I went to sleep, or early that next morning, fucking I woke up, I couldn't fucking move.
oh, like sleep paralysis.
I mean, they say that sleep paralysis or whatever, but it's just spiritual. I don't know. I woke up, couldn't move, couldn't do nothing.
Spiritual wickedness.
Yeah, and it's like, damn. But my twin told me, he's like, the reason why I was smiling at you like that, all evilish, is because he knew he couldn't get you, or they couldn't have you, they couldn't touch you. They could touch you, but he's far away the hell over there.
Yeah.
You know.
Knew that if they wouldn't went near, then they would have fucking started freaking out.
I don't know, that our ways are pretty strong.
Yeah, pretty strong, and like their ways over there, they're all broken and fragmented. Like,
but they got them though.
yeah, they got them. Like, but it's just like whatever they can get. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's
Second
like,
hand. You know.
yeah, like second hand, exactly. So that's like, there's nowhere near as much like power or like spiritual, like, what would you say, like spiritual, I don't know, the word amnesty's coming to mind, like spiritual amnesty, like, because
spiritual welfare.
Mm-hmm.
Spiritual wolf welfare.
Yeah. They knew they couldn't mess with you. And they seen that too.
Yeah.
Even from afar. Must have been that powerful. Must have been that pungent to them. Because like to them, like it's gonna hurt. To them, you know, because it's just not as strong. It's just not as clear.
True.
So them, it would like hurt. But like some of them people, like some people like be like masochists, like they like that shit. They like fucking pain and shit like that.
And see, whenever I was looking at that, when I seen that tiny black dot, man, I guess he was like this, like that, squatting down with his arm like this. So when I was looking at him, and he fucking moved it, it seemed like I went tunneled in with his vision and shit, and I was like right in front of him, even though I wasn't. And when he stood up, man, that motherfucker just kept getting fucking taller. Like way the fuck up there. And I was like, what the fuck? It almost scared me a little bit. You know, that uneasy feeling like of that Jason song, like on Halloween or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that, man. But like, then I started remembering what they told me. Don't be scared, you know. Don't be scared of theirs, what they got.
Yeah.
Because yours is way stronger than theirs. And then they'll see that. That's what they told me too. Like right before I left and shit. These elders that are Native American and Cheyenne, and along with that, they pointed me in the right direction.
So you felt safe?
Yeah. Like after I started remembering I had my medicine bag on me and shit, all that shit went away.
Yeah.
My bag, I smelled it. And it's like, shit. And now, whatever the heck it was, I don't know what the heck it was. It was a giant, I guess. I was like, ha, you can't touch me, motherfucker.
It's like 9 foot tall, dude. That's crazy, man. Even from that far, it looked that tall.
Yeah, okay, well, during them Afghanis, whenever they go on to a post or whatever on a base, like they're supposed to be accompanied by a soldier. They're not supposed to be there by themselves. They have to have a badge or be accompanied. And this motherfucker didn't have neither. He was just out there, you know.
He was just there.
He
What
was
the
just
hell?
there. Yeah, he was just there, and it's like, who the fuck was watching this motherfucker? Who the hell let him on? Because you don't have no escort. You know, fucking.
It was kind of like an anomaly.
Yeah, it was weird.
Dang, man, that's cool, dude. So what else? What else am I missing here? What else am I not? Am I not asking? Like what else should I know? What else should the public know?
The public should know this. Like, okay. Let me think. Really, sexual harassment, assault's a big one in there. That's why, you gotta let people know that shit, man. Because if not, that shit's still gonna keep on happening and happening to these soldiers or women or men alike. But what happened to me on that part, man, I don't tell nobody about this, but just like people are cool with or whatever. Like, man, I got roofied, man. I got raped by like one of my sergeant's wives and shit. This one was like a 400-pound woman. Like, yeah, damn, yeah. She's like, whatever, Comanche or whatever. I'm not sure, but I'm sitting in my barracks, and then I didn't have no phone, so I was using the phone off my laptop. I bought me a number off of Yahoo Messenger, and next thing you know, my phone starts ringing. I answered the phone, and man, there's one of my sergeants on there. He's a native too, and he's all like, "The fuck you doing, motherfucker?" He's all like, "We're gonna fucking drink. I'm coming to get you." And he's all like, he don't come get me, and he's like, "Get your fucking ass a taxi." I'm like, "Shit, all right." So I catch a taxi out there to this fucking spot, and I don't know. We go to the store get some beer, and he's all like, "Hey, you think you can buy my old lady some beer?" She's like, "Still reserves." I was like, "Man, I ain't 21." Yeah. And he's all like, "Oh fuck, you mean I gotta go there?" I was like, "Yeah." So I gave him the money. I was like, "Yeah, go ahead. Guess get you one with some still reserves." Well, anyways, we go back to his house, right? And we're just chilling, and like.
This is over in Afghanistan.
No, this is over here back in.
After you get back.
Yeah. No, before I deployed.
And,
Yeah, like in that waiting time area, and whatnot, and we go to his house and we're drinking and shit, and I'm looking at this dude, and he's all like, he says something. He's like, "What do you think about my woman?" And I'm like, act like I didn't hear him at first, and then he's all like, I was like, "What do you think?" I was like, "Man, that's yours, dog. I don't know, but that's yours." And he's like, "That's not what I'm saying, you dumbass." I didn't get what the fuck he was saying because, like, I'm literate to that. Like, I don't pick up them signs real easy when somebody's trying to tell me some shit, you know?
Yeah,
like,
and it's
I'm
just some
hard-headed.
weird ass, and
Yeah.
it's just some weird ass shit that's like that, like it's like a respect thing.
Yeah. And, man, I went to his house, man, and he had a case of beer. I had a case of beer. His woman had some beers. Anyways, he drinks like 3 beers, and he's already falling out, passing out. I'm like, "What's wrong with him, man?"
God dang.
Yeah, his wife gets him up, fucking walks into his room, and he's all, you know, like an old person. And I'm like, what? He's passing out, man? What the hell? He only had like 3 beers. I'm over there trying to drink my beer up, and like I think I got like to my 3rd or 4th one, and I fucking black out. Boom. I'm like, what?
What?
The fuck? Yeah. And I'm like, I shouldn't be blacking out at that time.
Yeah.
So when I come to, man, I'm got this big bitch on me. Yeah, man. I'm talking about like huge, like a woolly mammoth and shit. And I'm just like, fuck. I black out. Boom. She's like pushing my head back. Does something, I don't know. Next you know, I come to again, and she's on her back, and I'm between her legs. God damn. I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck am I doing? She's like, don't worry. Yeah. I'm like, man, hell no. I was like, I gotta fucking go. So I called up a taxi, and I fucking dipped up out of there. I was fucking wasted. And fucking, yeah. I think that sergeant had something to do with that, too. At the same time. That's why they wanted me to come over there and drink with them.
Yeah, man, that's weird, dude.
Yeah.
It's
Man,
like they almost had like a fucking agenda.
Yeah, and like the feeling that I got the next day at work whenever I saw that sergeant, man, it wasn't a good one. It wasn't a good one. It was like, made me feel uncomfortable like the rest of my time my service that I was over there. But yeah, that's fucked up. Hey man, I guess
Yeah,
I
dude.
was all fucked up when I was telling people. I guess whenever I was fucking drunk and shit, roofied out. I was like, man, I fucked Sergeant wife or whatever. Yeah. And everybody's like, what, for real? I was like, yeah, I don't fucking know. I was like, man, I think she raped me or some shit. You know, telling everybody. And like nobody knew what the sergeant's wife looked like. Okay, so whenever they fucking, she did finally come through one time with him. Everybody was like, damn! They was like, you fucked that fat bitch! I was like, fuck, I guess, man. Like, dude, you better quit telling people that, man. Like, dude, you fucking nasty. I'm like, man, I don't fucking know, man. I was like, they roofing me or something, shit.
Damn, man.
Yeah, it was bad, man. It was bad, and like the awkwardness about it. One day I was walking. No, I wasn't walking. I was pulling up to the PX with my wife at the time. And there's this sergeant now I deployed with, and fucking his name is I don't know. He's a Pacific Islander or whatever. Anyways, man, for some reason I don't know. I'm in my uniform and I got a boner, but I'm going into the PX, and like I see that sergeant, and he comes over there. He sees me. He's like, "You fucking motherfucker!" And he fucking pulls my window down. And he's like, what the fuck you doing? He's like punching me and shit. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? What's up, man? And then like, I don't know, he drops his hand down to my fucking pants. And like, my wife was sitting there because she was driving. I'm on the passenger side. And he's just like, filling me out. And I'm like, man, what the fuck? I'm just like, shit. You want to fucking grab me? I guess grab me, fuck. You know, it's fucking gay, man. But I'm not about to back target a sergeant, any sergeant or whatever, being lower
Right.
ranked. Yeah, because they'll fuck your ass up and haze your ass or whatever they can do, they will do it. And you can't say shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and
man.
It was fucked up. And after he fucking was doing that and fucking he walked back off, he walked away. He's like, you're a fucking asshole or a bitch or something. Because, man, the babe I had, man, she was fucking at 20 time, like 100 piece, man. Like everybody wanted to get with that hurt. You know.
What does she think, dude?
She didn't even know that he was doing that, and she was like, right in front of her face. That's how like, I don't see how she couldn't see that, you know.
Yeah.
And I was like, she's like, what was he doing? What did he want, huh? I was like, man, he was just fucking holding on to my fucking dick. What the fuck? Didn't you see that shit? She started laughing. I'm like, man, what the fuck? I was like, yeah, the whole time. She was like, ooh. Like, he was there for a minute.
Yeah, man.
And I'm like, man, what the fuck? And I told her, I was like, yeah, I had a fucking boner. I don't know why I had a boner, but the motherfucker was...
God damn it.
Grabbing on
Worst fucking time, man.
Hey, man, I'm sitting on my passenger side, right, in my car. He just leans over there and fucking through the window and just starts grabbing my shit. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Hey, my wife at the time had a pretty good laugh about that because I told her I had a boner and she's like, what? So he was grabbing you? She was saying, I was like,
That's
yeah.
fucking weird, dude.
Yeah, it was
like, what the fuck? Like, and it's your sergeant, too, so it's like, you can't even say anything about it, dude. You just gotta kind of, like, take it. Like, fuck, man.
Yeah, either that or get your ass beat or something, you know. But me, fuck, I used all of those situations and shit to my advantage whenever I did get out. And that's one of the reasons why I'm at 100% right now, you know, in my disabilities and stuff. The other ones, like, I don't know, I hurt my shoulder and my foot, but I ain't got no, everything else, I don't know.
You in good health?
Yeah, pretty much. I was supposed to get another
For the most part?
settlement. Yeah, for the most part. Supposed to be getting another settlement soon for, like, these earbuds that we had that they didn't fucking work because nobody used them. But still they didn't work because they didn't block out shit, like when you use your weapons. So now I got constant ringing in my ears, and sometimes it comes to like a higher pitch, and it fucking stings and it hurts.
Really?
You know. But whenever I got out the military, man, they looked at the back of it, the doctors and shit, and they were like, man, you shouldn't even got out on this type of fucking whatever they got you out on. So they went back and they switched up my records, and they fucking they hooked it up. You know what I mean?
Really?
Yeah, they hooked me up.
Yeah, talk about that, man. Like, what happened with all that? Like,
With all
like
that-
how often did you get exposed to like gunfire?
Actually, it was like every day whenever we was in Afghanistan. That or fucking
Always hearing
Rockets.
shots, just being fired.
yeah, just random shit. It's like, man, the only time I discharged my weapon when I was over there was whenever I had to go fucking zero my weapon. That was it. I mean, I shot my weapon down range, but it wasn't at no enemies or nothing.
Yeah.
I caught the enemies with my hands. Yeah, fucking better yet, I touched the enemy. Fucking, I was bringing them in and out, let them go, shit here and there. Fucking,
Really?
yeah. You know which ones were jihad or Taliban or, because it was by their tattoos that they got. There's certain tattoos that their gang or whatever the hell
Whatever they're affiliated with.
Yeah, whatever they're affiliated with, they got tattoos and markings and shit on certain type or certain part of their body that, hey, this motherfucker's gonna fuck you up.
If he gets a chance.
Yeah, but you don't want to be mean to this motherfucker right here because that motherfucker, be good to him, he might not fucking shoot you or might not shoot no more rockets in y'all's direction. You know what I mean?
God dang, yeah, I know, right?
Because they're trying to feed their families too, just like we are ours, but they're getting slaved. Work a whole fucking week for like what, $2? $1 American over there is like 87 of their dollars.
Dang, man, the economy's way different over there, dude.
That's why everything was cheaper. And I believe like the more people you have, the more cheaper shit should be in a fucking bunched up, closed in place like that. You'll see it all over these countries. You go out to another country, you'll see like how cheap everything is in those countries besides these rich ones like USA and stuff like that. The diversity is way different too. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, it's all like fucking like capitalism over here, man. Like in, for profit, like all profit, like, it doesn't matter over here because it's all capitalism. It's way different, dude, than over there. Like being over there and like, like the communist regime and like, whatever type of, party regime that they got over there that's like reigning, you know. It's crazy, but it's all mostly like like socialism and communism and fascism and
man, it's crazy because like I guess that shit started way back in the day, and I guess it's part of Desert Storm or something. So I guess I was part of Desert Storm or whatever the hell that's called. But they changed the campaign from Desert Storm to Operation Enduring Freedom. So when I went back to get my records, I'm like, hey man, this Operation Enduring Freedom ain't on my fucking records on my DD-214. Damn, and that person started laughing. They said, nah, man, it's not that. It's this is what it is. I think it was like Desert Storm or something from way back in the day.
yeah.
I'm like, damn, I fucking went to Desert Storm and shit. It was a trip for me too to find that shit out.
Is that technically where that is? Desert Storm?
Yeah, I think
Like what they call it, anyways.
Yeah, and it's like, okay, when a country's poor and they don't got people that fucking help them get any weapons or anything, then I guess that's our part. They'll come to America and ask us for help. And if they're getting attacked by other countries and shit, and they need to get weaponized, that's how you weaponize them. You start a war with them and give them all this shit, and then you leave it. Pull out. That way they got all that shit, now they can defend themselves.
Yeah.
That's what we did, a couple years ago? Yeah, when we pulled out of Afghanistan. When we all pulled out, yeah, that's what happened. We equipped them with us. They wanted our shit so bad, they fucking went to the means to get it. But before that, man, it was the Soviets, I believe, the Russians.
Yeah.
I think the Russians tried invading them and fucking, they whipped their ass.
Yeah.
So whenever they left all their shit too. So they had AK-47s, all that different type of powerful guns that we didn't have, or that they didn't have, that they were using against us now from them fucking, that the other army fucking left. But when we left, man, we left them with a bunch of shit.
Yeah, dude. Isn't that kind of weird how the U.S. can be at war with these other countries, but yet they're still like supplying them with weapons and whatnot. Like,
yeah, man, it's weird. It's like what do they call that? It's a business. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, that's that capitalism shit, man. It's fucking. They don't care, man. It's like they don't care. It's like if they need help, like, it's like if they take any kind of chance, like they take like the United States will take any kind of chance that they can to fucking make a profit. Any kind of financing, any kind of any kind of arms dealings and anything that they can do to make money. It's fucking crazy, dude.
Yeah.
Well, damn, we've been going for about an hour now.
That's an hour. OUR. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Anything else, bro?
Yeah, well, there's a lot more I just forgot. Yeah, I just forget. Yeah, I was a good soldier, man. Like, when I got back, I didn't know that they sent my nishkit. That's how you say Grandma in Cheyenne, my nishkit. I didn't know they sent my nishkit awards and certificates for how outstanding I did.
Really?
Yeah, and it was like the commander in chief and the secretary of defense fucking sent her some stuff, and that was because she raised a good grandson. They said you raised a good, excellent grandson and shit like that. We just want to show you, and they gave her a couple awards and medals for that. My grandma never even told me that. I found out whenever she passed away, and I'm like, damn it. Kind of felt proud of myself.
I bet you she felt proud of you.
I know, man.
Huh.
But she gone now.
So like, okay, and then whenever you left or whenever you discharged or whatever, like how did that process take place?
Well, the process took place real fast. I think it probably about maybe, let me think, I got out in May, got back in October, so October, November, December, January, February, March, April. About 6 months took me to get finally out the military. Even though I was on orders for jump school and SF school and all that shit. I signed up for re-enlisted in Afghanistan. But since I went berserk and beat up my sergeant, ran from the top, and I disobeyed a bunch of orders, slapped my old lady around and shit. Yeah. But yeah, man, it took a minute, but it was a cool minute. They took my rank, took my time, took my money. Eventually, when that started happening, I was probably getting arrested like how I was getting arrested before I joined. I was going to jail again and shit like that. And,
yeah.
But they asked me, do you want to stay in or you want to get out? I was like, man, get me the fuck out. Shit. I said, I'll keep this shit. You know, fucking, I'm good. Which I should have just stuck to the goal and shit, got rid of that woman I was with. You know.
Yeah, but that can be difficult sometimes. But
man, I got jumped like 3 or 4 or 5 times when I was in the military. They thought I was like fucking some older age or something, and I'm like fighting these motherfuckers, these big ass niggers, crackers, honkies, whatever. And they're like, how old are you? And I'm like, fucking 17. They're like, they all back up. What? God damn, these motherfuckers are 35, 40, 27, you know, way older than me and shit.
yeah.
And they're thinking I'm like half their age or almost up to their age, and I'm like, nah, I ain't even close to near y'all's age.
Pull that closer if you need to.
I was like, I'm fucking only 17, man. Fucking trying to fight these big motherfuckers and fighting them and winning. Yeah, man, it was fun. They didn't like me. You didn't like me, man. Fucking. I used to get drunk and go into their barrack rooms and fucking steal their bottles and shit. I didn't care who the fuck it was. I was just turned into a drunk. Yeah, man.
Well, yeah, man. Hey, dude, I'd definitely like to do this again, man. Cause like, in between now and then, like, I'll kind of like, you know, do a little bit of homework. You know, kind of like learn about you know more about that stuff, so that way I like know like kind of like what to ask and where to like take the conversation.
Yeah.
But like this was cool, man. Like I appreciate you coming by here and you know stopping by to chat.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, man. Cause like.
And I was trying to make it over here before that. I was trying to make it over here that same night. Yeah, that one night when you asked me, I was like, shit, I ain't doing nothing. And then I did make it here. But when I did make it here, fuck, I got sidetracked. Yeah.
Got distracted.
Yeah, I got distracted, and then, I don't know, the lady wanted to start arguing, and I don't like arguing because I'll slap a bitch. I'm not proud of it. I'm glad of it. I'm not proud of it. So,
So what was your rank? One more time.
okay, I was, when I first joined up, I was a PV2. I was in a private one. Well, I got to be PV2 because I fucking ran my 2 miles in like 13 minutes. Did like 42 push-ups, and I can't remember what the other one is. It's sit-ups and sit-ups. I got like 42 of those too. So when I completed that physical, it was like a regular Army standard APFT, Army physical fitness test, and I passed that motherfucker. So I already got promoted even before I joined up. And then I was not specialist, PV3, which is a private first class. That took me about a year or two. I could have got it before then, but I kept on getting in trouble. Never had one article written against me, man. I actually had a good conduct award for not catching any trouble. So I got that medal, and everything just started falling apart when I got back from Afghanistan. So
Damn it, man.
I was a specialist, and that's like right before sergeant. Right before you make sergeant, that's what you are. You're either a corporal or a specialist. But they bottom dropped me down all the way, and shit. I was like, fuck it. Fuck these motherfuckers. I don't need them.
Yeah.
You know? Because the ones that were in that office with me, in front of them higher ups, ain't none of them deployed with me. Ain't none of them fucking was my squad leader. I wasn't under any of them for no amount of time or nothing. So they're just like, hey, this soldier's a fuck up piece of shit, pretty much how they're thinking. And, I wasn't no piece of shit. Not until they started doing all that fucking bullshit. And I was like, you know what, man, fuck this. I don't need this shit.
It's kind of corrupt.
Yeah, it is a lot of corruption, a lot of cover up, a lot of, hey, just because I'm higher ranker than you, I'm going to make you do something nasty. Yeah,
God.
if you want that job position, well, yeah, you're going to do this. I think them sergeants would do that too. Yeah, there's a lot of fucking first sergeants messing around with their soldiers that are in ranks when they're not supposed to.
That's weird, man.
Yeah, a lot of cheating, infidelity, all that Mickey Mouse shit. It's there.
Mickey Mouse shit.
Yeah, it's there. But it's all right. They say do what your rank can handle. Yeah.
I know, right? Just stay in line. Just not too much, not too little. Just fucking try to fucking stay in line and fucking just do what your position, what your rank entails.
Yup. I didn't really like it, man, because on the females part, man, like, okay, I understand female soldiers and stuff, but using what you have on your body to use that as leverage, that's not right. You give a female a position of higher authority, they're going to abuse it regardless.
Of course.
And that's what
no offense to any women out there.
Yeah, I just got mad whenever they're like, hey, can you lift this box for me? I'm like, dude, this thing ain't even fucking 4 pounds, picking it up. And they go down to try picking it up. Oh, I can't. I'm like, motherfucking shit, man. Can you fucking pick that up? I'm on profile. I can't lift it. I'm like, man, come on now. Yeah.
Well, that's just how it is, man. That's just how it is, dude. It's just like the truth, man. Because you were there, you seen it, like you went through it.
And like, man, no one ever fucking kept up with their vehicles, so I was doing all the vehicles and everything too. Got qualified on that, so next thing you know, but I like doing that because it took me out of work. Yeah, it took me out of work, and I never went back to work once I got pulled out of work. Shit, I would go back home to my barracks room and go sleep. They be trying to call me up. Where the fuck you at? You supposed to?
Well, would they call you on the radio or?
No, just call me on the phone.
On the phone?
Yeah, like, did you get all that shit done? I'm like, yeah.
So like you had a phone, like specifically for all that stuff, like for being over there.
Yeah, I mean, you can buy one, but other than that,
how's the service?
it was expensive. I remember, I made a phone call back from when I was over there in Afghanistan downrange on Afghani phone that I had. It's like MTM card, the phone card. You put it in there, and it fucking shoots the minutes on your phone. But I made a phone call back to the States to one of my sisters, and like it was only like a 15-second phone call, man, and they charged her like $700-800. Yeah.
God dang, man. That's expensive, dude.
Yeah, it is expensive.
That's outrageously expensive, man.
Yeah.
Damn. Well, you guys heard it first from the man with the plan, the man that was there. Anything you want to say before we cut this take?
See you later. Yeah.
Till next time.
Till next time.
Yeah, I will definitely have you back, man. Thanks. Appreciate it.
Later.